Welcome to the Unraveling the Scriptures channel. Throughout the centuries, the Bible has left us with intriguing clues about legendary lands, filled with riches and mysteries. Among them, one stands out for its enigmatic location and the unparalleled gold that came from it, the islands of Ophir. Mentioned in sacred texts as a seemingly inexhaustible source of gold, precious stones, and rare woods, Ophir has captured the imagination of explorers, historians, and theologians for generations. But where exactly was this mythical land located? Some believe that Ophir lies hidden along the gold-rich coasts of the Arabian Peninsula, while others place it in the mysterious mines of East Africa. There are even those who propose that Ophir was a distant land in the Indian subcontinent or perhaps in exotic islands of Southeast Asia, such as the Philippines or Sumatra. Each theory leads us to explore the past and unravel the global trade networks that connected these regions to the biblical world. Today, we will embark on a journey through the mysteries of Ophir. We will investigate the most fascinating theories and the historical evidence that brings us closer to discovering where this legendary land truly was. Get ready for a voyage across continents and centuries in search of the gold of Ophir. The Mystery of Ophir, where is the biblical land of gold? Ophir is a port or region mentioned in the Bible, known for its wealth. The existence of Ophir is confirmed by an inscribed pottery fragment found at Tel Kazal, modern-day Tel Aviv, in 1946, dating back to the 8th century BC, which reads, "Gold of Ophir /for Beth Horon 30 shekels." Although its exact location is unknown, this discovery proves that Ophir was a real place from which gold was imported. In Genesis 10, the Table of Nations, Ophir is cited as one of the sons of Joktan. The books of Kings and Chronicles recount a joint expedition to Ophir conducted by King Solomon and Hiram I, king of Tyre, from Ezion-Geber, a port on the Red Sea. This expedition returned with large quantities of gold, precious stones, and algum wood. A later expedition by King Jehoshaphat of Judah is also mentioned, though it was unsuccessful. The famous Gold of Ophir is referenced in several other books of the Hebrew Bible. The New Testament apocryphal book Cave of Treasures includes a passage that says, "And the sons of Ophir, that is, Send, named Lapharon as their king, who built Ophir with stones of gold. Now, all the stones that are in Ophir are of gold." The reference to Ophir in the Bible holds symbolic and literary value, representing the quest for wealth and prosperity. Solomon, as the wisest and richest king of Israel, would have access to these exotic and precious resources, reinforcing his image of power and divine blessing. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, Ophir remains a symbol of unattainable and exotic wealth, a mysterious land that continues to inspire curiosity and speculation to this day. The exact location of Ophir is a mystery, and several theories have been proposed over the centuries. Some of the suggested locations include the Arabian Peninsula, East Africa, India, and Southeast Asia, more specifically the Philippines, Sumatra, or Borneo. Now, I will present to you each of these interpretations. The first interpretation places Ophir in the Arabian Peninsula, one of the oldest and most widespread theories in the search for this mysterious land mentioned in the Bible. According to this view, Ophir was located in a region that today corresponds to Yemen or Oman, areas historically known for their trade routes and natural riches, particularly in relation to the trade of gold, incense, and other precious commodities. The Arabian Peninsula has been a vital center of commerce since ancient times, serving as a crossroads between the civilizations of Mesopotamia, India, Egypt, and East Africa. The Arabian territory hosted important trade routes, such as the famous incense route, which traversed the regions of Yemen and Oman, connecting the Middle East to the Mediterranean world. In this region, there were several wealthy and powerful civilizations, such as the Sabaeans and Manaeans, who controlled the trade of spices, incense, and precious metals. It is plausible that Ophir was associated with these civilizations, supplying not only gold but also other riches that intrigued the ancient Israelites. The second interpretation, which places Ophir on the eastern coast of Africa, is another fascinating theory that attempts to unravel the mystery of this legendary land mentioned in the Bible. According to this view, Ophir was located in a region that today corresponds to Somalia, Kenya, or even the interior of the African continent, in areas such as Zimbabwe, known for their ancient gold mines and their trade connections with the ancient world. The eastern coast of Africa has always played a crucial role in trade between Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Since time immemorial, Arab and Indian merchants have navigated along the coast of the Indian Ocean, exchanging gold, ivory, spices, and other precious goods. It is believed that Ophir could have been one of the stops along these trade routes, serving as a vital source of gold and wealth for distant kingdoms. Particularly in Somalia, there is archaeological and historical evidence that the region was rich in gold and other natural resources. Ancient Somali port cities, such as Mogadishu and Zaila, were thriving commercial centers that attracted traders from across the known world. Additionally, the region was famous for its gold, which was widely sought after and exported to the Middle East and beyond. The African theory of Ophir not only preserves the mystery and allure of this legendary land but also enriches our understanding of ancient history and the complex trade relationships that shaped the biblical world. The third interpretation suggests that the legendary land of Ophir mentioned in the Bible could be located in India, specifically in the southern regions of the Indian subcontinent, known for their wealth in gold, precious stones, and other valuable goods. This theory is based on various historical and commercial evidence connecting India to ancient trade routes with the Middle East and the Mediterranean. India, from ancient times, has been recognized as a land of great wealth, particularly in gold and precious stones such as diamonds and pearls. The ancient Indus Valley civilization and the subsequent kingdoms like the Maurya Empire and the Cholas established vast trade networks extending across Asia and even to the Middle East. It is believed that merchants from the Middle East and the Mediterranean traveled to India, bringing back valuable goods, which included not only gold but also spices, fine textiles, and exotic woods. The maritime route linking Arabia and India was one of the most prosperous of antiquity, facilitating the exchange of riches between the West and the East. This view, therefore, enriches the biblical history by revealing the cultural and economic connections between Israel and the distant lands of Asia, adding a layer of exoticism and mystery to the legendary land of Ophir. The fourth interpretation proposes that Ophir could be located on an island in Southeast Asia, such as the Philippines, Sumatra, or Borneo. This theory is based on a combination of geographical, historical, and commercial evidence linking these resource-rich islands to the ancient trade routes connecting the Middle East to the Far East. Southeast Asia is a region composed of thousands of islands, known since antiquity for their natural wealth, including gold, spices, exotic woods, and precious stones. The islands of this region were at the crossroads of vital trade routes connecting India, China, and the Middle East. Arab and Chinese merchants frequently navigated the waters of Southeast Asia, exchanging valuable goods. It's believed that the islands of Southeast Asia could have been a significant source of gold and other valuable products reaching the Middle East through these trade routes. The abundance of natural resources, such as the rich gold mines found in the Philippines and Sumatra, makes these regions plausible candidates for the location of Ophir. The Philippines, in particular, is known for its ancient gold mines, some of which date back long before European arrival. Local tribes extracted gold and used it in a variety of artifacts, which were traded with Chinese and Arab merchants. This natural wealth associated with the Philippines makes it a potential location for the biblical land of Ophir. Additionally, Sumatra, one of the largest islands in Indonesia, was famous for its gold mines and its flourishing trade with the Islamic world and China. The ancient kingdoms of Sumatra, such as Srivijaya, were important commercial centers that attracted merchants from around the world, possibly including Solomon's ships. If Ophir were located on an island in Southeast Asia, it suggests that Solomon's kingdom had a truly global trade network, extending to the farthest reaches of the East. The idea that Solomon sent ships to these exotic lands reinforces the image of a king who not only ruled wisely but also with a global vision, capitalizing on the wealth of unknown and distant lands. This interpretation also adds a layer of mystery and exoticism to the biblical narrative. Locating Ophir on a distant Southeast Asian island emphasizes the notion that Solomon had access to sources of wealth beyond the knowledge and reach of his contemporaries, making his court and kingdom even more glorious and impressive. Finally, linking Ophir to Southeast Asia connects the biblical story to a region of the world that was long viewed as a paradise of natural riches and a crossroads of various cultures and civilizations. This enriches the biblical narrative with a global context, showing how the ancient world was interconnected through trade networks spanning continents and oceans. So, which of these interpretations do you think is the most plausible for the location of Ophir? Leave your suggestions in the comments. This video was highly requested by you, so let me know other people's or mysteries you'd like me to cover. May God bless you all, and see you soon.